You know what I find really interesting nowadays is when people talk about friends with benefits a lot of times. You know, the benefit of being their friends, you get to have sex with them. That's really awesome, right? I don't really think so. But I'm going to talk about the opposite of that. Let's talk about friends without benefits. Let's talk about friends you have who you're giving a lot to them and you ain't getting shit in return. And many times when you guys want to say friends without benefits, it really is pretty much you want to fuck that person, but they don't want to fuck you. You're doing a lot of stuff to help them out, but they ain't done shit to help you out, not even once. I'm going to tell you a couple stories about this. And the first one I'm going to start, I was talking to this one girl I used to like at my old job. Her name was, let's change her name for the story. We'll call her Kelly. Kelly was a hot, nice, attractive black woman. I really thought she was attractive. I really wanted to get with her. And she was young, but she was old in the same way. In other words, she was fast. She was a little too ahead of her time. Because when talking to her and looked at all the things she used to do, it kind of made me sit there and say, okay, for somebody who's 22 and you've done all that, you've lived a life that some 50-year-old haven't lived. Because she was like, yeah, I have a son. I was married. I used to be a stripper. This is 22, I repeat. So I'm like, if you had a son, we're married, we're a stripper, lived in Detroit, came back to Buffalo, lived in London at one point in your life. It's like, dude, what kind of life were you living? But you know, when you like somebody, you kind of forget that stuff. You kind of ignore that because you want to sleep with them or you think this is the person you want to be with. That's what was going through my mind. I was like, I heard what she was saying, but I wasn't adding it up. You know, it's kind of like you getting all the clues as to where something is, but you just do not want to follow that path. You think you know how to get there without looking at the clues. So as I am talking to this chick, I kind of noticed certain things she would do all the time. Like I would order pizza at work. Pizza would get there, and she would just easily cruise over and say, "Can I get a slice?" And, you know, me being nice, I was like, "Yeah, sure, take a slice." I'm not too worried about it. It's back on mine. I'm just trying to butter her up. I'm thinking, man, she'll see I'm a good guy. I'll have my way in. Wrong. But either way, I'll tell you the first clue when I realized what was going on. That this was a friends without benefits relationship. It was when one time I saw her, she came to work, and I was just joking with her, yeah, give me a hug. She looked at me like I had the Ebola virus or something. She looked at me like I was Quasimodo and I was going to start groping her. And so she just looked at me like, no, I'm not hugging you. So I was like, oh, excuse me. Now, remind you, I did all kinds of favors for this girl. Like, if she needs some money, I probably let her get a couple of dollars here and there. If she needs some food or she wanted lunch, I pay for lunch. Oh, you want a CD? Oh, I'll make a copy of it for you. Let me get a couple of copies. Man, out of that day, I started thinking to myself, that's clue one. This girl is not like you. People who like you aren't afraid to touch you. If somebody's afraid to touch you, but they'll take some shit from you, you know something's up. They're trying to use you. So the second clue I started realizing this girl was not what I thought she was as time went on, she had a little breakup with her boyfriend. So she asked me in the elevator one time, we were going to work. She said, you know, James, I'm looking for somebody different to be with. And what kind of girl do you like? Anytime somebody asks you what kind of person you like, many times that person is trying to morph themselves into that person to get with you. And I already knew she didn't like me. I knew this from at least 6 or 7 months at this point. I knew there was no chance of me and her being anything romantic or nigh romantic. There was no real romance going to go on. So I said, as soon as she said that, I'm in the elevator, and it's like all those clues added up immediately. It was like little mental computer time. It was like, ding. She's trying to play you. I immediately just had to say, oh, you know, I just want a nice girl, somebody sweet, somebody kind of cool. Back in my mind, I said, I'm not dating you. I know you now. I know all your tricks. I know all your moves. We're not doing that. So like I said, I knew that was a friends without benefits situation. And I know a lot of men who go through friends without benefits situations. Same thing with women. Like I know women who would let a man live at their house and say, that's my friend. But you knew she wants to be his girlfriend. And it's sad to see this stuff happen, but you know what's happening because it's a friends without benefits situation. That person has no intention to be with you. And it's sad when you see that because sometimes you got to recognize it. You have to recognize when you're in those kind of relationships where you're being used. You're being played like a flute. Because sometimes you let your emotions, let your dreams get in the way of what reality is. And that's what was going on with some people I know. I had a friend going through the same kind of thing. He was just pounding cash on this chick. Like we both worked at this one place. Don't want to name the company because my friend might be watching this, but we both worked at this one place. And every day they would go to lunch together. Him and this one girl. We're gonna call her let's call her Kelly again. He went to lunch with Kelly every single day, and every single day he bought her lunch. And I was sitting there listening to him when he did it. I was like, dude, you buy lunch every day? I mean, lunch every day adds up. I mean, 30 days, let's say we're what, 20 days out of the month? 20 times 5, that's $100. That's a lot of money. But as we were talking about it, and I was looking at what she was doing, it's like anytime she wants something, she go and use his ass up. And I was kind of looking at him like, dude, you're not recognizing. She isn't attracted to you. She doesn't really want to be with you. She's using you because, hey, you're giving out free shit. Yeah, she'll say she's your friend because you're giving her free shit. And so, like I said, there's another one of these friends without benefit situations that came to a culmination was one night he said, yo, honey, I'm going to take you to this concert. We're going to enjoy ourselves. Let's do this. Girl waits to the day of the concert, pulls out this number that I'll never forget. She waits to the day of the concert and says, well, I can't go with you because my boyfriend won't let me. My friend is epically pissed. He's pissed about it, but he's not really pissed at her. He's like, well, I'm mad at her boyfriend. Nah. Because like when he said he was mad at her boyfriend, I was like, no, you shouldn't be mad at her boyfriend. You should be mad at her. She knew she wasn't going to that concert with you. She let you spend that money to buy the tickets because she's playing your ass. So like I said, he didn't want to believe that. And then the true story came out the day after she did this nuts. While talking to one of my other friends, she says, I really did want to go to that concert, but not with Chuck. So when she said that, my other boy, Soldier, was like, dude, that's wrong. That's some ill shit to do. Because when he said, what person do you know is going to buy $200 to $300 worth of tickets to take you to a concert and then give them to you? Just give them to you because y'all friends? I'm sorry I say none of my friends ever got a $100 gift out of me. And that's just me. I'm not cheap. It's just I know where our friendship is. I wouldn't expect that from them. They shouldn't expect it from me. But I said, especially with that, I knew where he was trying to take that. And as much as he was trying to say they were just friends, he wanted to fuck her. I know he wanted to fuck her. That was the game, and he got played in the end. But that's what I'm saying. When you deal with friends without benefit situations, you need to really assess that stuff very, very closely. Because when I look at some people, it's kind of, what's going on. People who really like you like to be with you even when you don't have money. People who like you when you have money are the motherfuckers you need to erase out of your whole little circle of friends. Because I know a lot of people like that. Like when you got some money, they right there with you. When you ain't got no money, they hard to find. So like I said, I just wanted to bring up friends without benefits because there's a lot of people living in those relationships. A lot of people have those kind of friendships. Like, that's your friend. As long as you got some stuff. And usually, like I said, it's usually an opposite thing. It's usually a sexual tension going on in that kind of stuff. Because I know when I deal with women, I've done it. I've been the sucker. I played that role where I try to be the best friend, good pal, and I know it's not going to go the way I want it to go. You learn it after a while, and you start realizing you got to put those limits in on what you're trying to do to get somebody. If you ain't going to flat out ask them out, don't play that game. Don't live that fucking dream that this is going to turn into something else. It's not. 90% of the time it's not. If they really want to be with you, they'll be with you regardless. And that's why I wanted to bring up friends without benefits, because there's a lot of times we've seen this out here. Men do it a lot. Women do it a lot. Just I'm saying, protect yourself and realize what kind of relationship you're trying to start or what kind of relationship you're in. Because I said, don't feel hurt when you find out it's not what you think it is. I didn't feel hurt after I found out about a lot of them. I felt relieved. And hope you do feel the same way. Hope you're not doing too much for somebody who really doesn't want to be with you. Don't play yourself and think you're friends. There are associates and there's friends. And a lot of times people you want to get with that are just using you are just associates. Peace out.